It is so... Het is zo wat een massage. Het is zo...
Shut up, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Notice that there is a clear parallel with gravity. Newton's law of gravity, that the force, which in that case is always attracting, gravity never repels, is the product of two masses. And then you have here the gravitational constant, and again you have the distance square. So there is an enormous parallel between the two. It's a great beauty that electricity acts in a way that is very parallel to the way that gravity works. If you compare electricity with gravity, you will see that electric forces are way more powerful than gravitational forces. If now I compare the electric force with the gravitational force, so I divide one by the other, notice that the d cancels. They both have d squared downstairs. And so you will easily be able to show that this ratio is roughly 10 to the 36. So the electric force is 36 orders of magnitude more potent than the gravitational attraction. This teaches you some respect, perhaps, for 802. If these were the only forces that acted on the protons, and you bring them in the nucleus, which has a size of only 10 to the minus 12 centimeters, then the acceleration that the proton will experience is the electric force divided by the mass of the proton, F equals ma, basis of 801. And if you take this electric force, when you make d 10 to the minus 12 centimeters, which is 10 to the minus 14 meters, and you calculate this ratio, you will find that it is 26 orders of magnitude higher than the gravitational acceleration on Earth. 26 orders of magnitude higher. So you wonder what the hell holds the nucleus together? If there is such a tremendous force on these protons. Well, what is holding them together are the nuclear forces, which we do not fully understand, but thank goodness the nuclear forces are not part of 802, so I'll leave that alone for now. So what holds our world together? Well, on the nuclear scale, 10 to the minus 12 centimeters, very important are the nuclear forces. On an atomic scale, up to thousands of kilometers, it's really electric forces that hold our world together.
It's really electric forces that hold our world together.
What the channel was going to become. I didn't know it was going to become the center point, the centerpiece of my life, and that it'd become successful and everything, and that I'd go on to explain dozens of other topics, including topics I know nothing about, but I hire experts in the field to write me the scripts, and then consultants to look at the scripts and look at the finished animations and make sure it's all good, right? I'm not professing to be an expert, honestly, in any academic field, not even chemistry. But I understand it very well, and then the stuff that I don't understand, I have people who do understand it explaining it to me.
Conspiracy time. So yeah, we're gonna be speaking about the flat Earth. People ask, how the f can you believe that? Where does that even birth from, bro? It says it in the Bible. I don't want to hear it, and I'm not a religious guy. I'm spiritual. Yeah. Open the first page of the Bible. Just read that, man. The most important part of a story, of a book, of anything. Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. What waters are you talking about? Broski, it clearly says that there's a fucking firmament. You're telling me the sky separates two bodies of waters. In the Quran, it doesn't really say much about the shape of the earth. There's other quotes that say that's like, it's protected by a roof. It's just weird. Like, that's why you see the constellations never moving. That's why you always see them. That's why you see the fucking sun and the moon on the same day, when that's not even meant to be a fucking thing. Like, what the f? I thought it was meant to be dark in Australia. Well, I'll go on for that. Where's the maths in that? Werner von Braun. He was the head of NASA back in the day. He used to be friends with the Nazis. How about that? On his tomb, it says Psalm 19:1. Bro, I beg you, read the quote. Why is he talking about a firmament if he works in NASA talking about space? What? Why is he talking about God in his tombstone? A tombstone, that's a deeper thing, you know. You don't just put some bullshit on a tombstone. That's you. That's your last words, you get me? Come on now. The fact that everything is so censored on the internet, like, bro, it just makes you think, like, what they hiding? Bro, what's nuts as well? My man Noah, the little you with the ark, with bare fucking animals and shit. He said that God opened the heavens leading to the flood. What's that meant to be? What is that meant to mean? If you're trying to say that religious scriptures are not proof, if you don't believe in God, get out of this convo. Like, you're not even worthy of talking about this. You don't even think for yourself. You're just a drama.
Why do you keep on banning me, TikTok? Is it because I talk about Jesus Christ? Is that why? Because it seems like anytime I bring him up somewhere in my live stream, I get freaking banned, and this time it's for hateful behavior again. There is no hateful behavior. I'm very respectful to other people and what they believe. That I encourage them to voice their opinions and their beliefs. Okay? I encourage them to challenge me on my beliefs. That's how we learn and that's how we grow. Man, when is this going to freaking stop?
You are too beautiful to be a flat earth theorist. It ain't a theory anymore, sweetheart. These released CIA documents says it all. Photographic observations of the spectral intensity of the firmament. We're trying to test to figure out the brightness of the firmament. Literally. They were conducting research to figure out the shape of the firmament. And if you look, they're not even calling the sun and moon spherical, whatever the f. They said it's a disc. A disc is what? Flat? Like, come on now. Come on. And this research was conducted in 1957. When was NASA created? Oh yeah, that's right, 1958. A year later. So if you didn't get it by now, this is the shape of the Earth. It's flat and has a dome. The sun and moon are inside the firmament. So are all the stars, and there's water above.
Phantom Island is the name given to a unique phenomenon on old maps. Many maps going back to the oldest ones we have, and then up until the 1700s, depicted islands and sometimes entire continents that are nowhere to be found according to modern cartographers. The mainstream explanation for these phantom islands is that map makers were simply mistaken, and these islands never even existed at all. But why then do multiple accounts tell of entire expeditions to these lands? And much of Northern European folklore talks about these lands as if they're real. Many of these maps even show great detail and entire civilizations existing on these lands, and in the case of the Hyperborea continent, legends of it go back thousands of years and exist all over the world. So what were these islands? Did they really exist? And if so, what could have happened to them?
Just listen to the following confession of Mike Mislinski, Deputy Mission Operator, Manager of Hubble Telescope. It took the money for Hubble. They never built it. They built a dummy model which got showed to the public. The reason for that is because nobody can go above low Earth orbit, and they knew they could never put it in space. They then went to Congress and got another billion, having pocketed the first billion, and all they made was a model, and they built an identical piece of equipment and put it on Sophia, a 747. From specs, could see a little bit better than the one that was supposed to be in space.
Sophia took the same exact picture of Hubble on the same day of the same exact object in space. He says, I was on that mission. You were on board Sophia when you took that photo? He says, yeah, we did that.
Jackpot.
And I said, oh my God, I can't believe he just said that. Mike Maslinsky is the Deputy Program Manager for the Hubble Space Telescope.
F3点评数传数据接收正常。GNC 转接近下降模式。错，是左。回击敏感。报告，7500牛，发动机关机，GNC 转无控模式。7500牛，发动机关机 ，GNC 转无控模式。完成全面停上，机动机场快速下降。
刚才接受采访的时候已经学到了，不容易。这是一个标志着中国人的航天器。